Hello everyone, welcome to the Belt and Road Face-to-Face.
In history, Guangdong people we call Cantonese. They had a lot of interactions with the outside world, especially ASEAN countries.
We need to improve our water irrigation system and making the more modernized the lake and the canal systems.
The value of our agricultural products can be 3 or 4 times.
With respect to the Guangdong Pakistan mode, I think it's really a good initiative.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Belt and Road Face-to-Face. Our program is co-produced by China Economic Net and Wash News Television. I'm Wang Xiaotong from China Economic Net. Today, I'm pleased to be joined in our studio by Dr. Sajid Khursheed, teacher at Canadian International School, Beijing, and Cheng Xizhong, visiting professor of Southwest University of Political Science and Law, former defense attaché in South Asia. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's enter the first part, hotspot. According to Express Tribune, the government has enhanced allocation for the development of agriculture sector by 1,200% and has embarked 12.5 billion rupees in the federal budget for fiscal year 2019 to 2020, compared to just 1 billion rupees in the previous budget, said Federal Minister for National Food Security and Research, Sultan. In addition, no new tax or duty is being imposed on any agricultural input in the budget. He disclosed that the federal government was going to launch 13 new development projects in collaboration with provincial governments, providing 92.5 billion rupees for enhancement of crop productivity, livestock development, aquaculture, seed supply, water lining, and mechanization of farms. As both China and Pakistan are agricultural countries, for agricultural cooperation between the two sides, some experts said that enterprises from Guangdong province are more suitable to invest in Pakistani agriculture sector, and many cooperate in various fields, especially in agricultural products processing. There are mainly 4 directions for the Guangdong Pakistan mode. So please give your viewpoints to each of them. First, in the promotion and cooperation of green crop breeding and planting techniques, China's hybrid rice technology is advanced around the world. Due to water scarcity, rice planting is restricted. Therefore, enterprises from Guangdong province can rely on their own technological advantages to carry out wheat, cotton, bean, vegetable breeding, agricultural high efficiency, and organic cultivation, post-production processing, and circulation of agricultural products. Ms. Cheng.
This question was raised, and I studied the question, why Guangdong, not other provinces? I think Guangdong, we have some strong points. In history, Guangdong people we call Cantonese. They had a lot of interactions with the outside world, especially ASEAN countries. So nowadays, there are many Cantonese in Southeast Asia. Now, in the new period, right now, I think they are expanding to South Asia, including Pakistan, because the Cantonese people are very good, at doing business, make money. This is one of the points. The second point is that Guangdong Cantonese are very smart, so they invest and develop technologies not only in agriculture but also in industry, like electronics products, electronic products. In China, within China, we have a lot of products produced by Guangdong, a lot of electronic products. The third point is that the weather, I think, in Guangdong is warm and is similar with Pakistani weather. So that's why, the crops, the new varieties of crops they have developed are suitable for Pakistan to plant.
With respect to the Guangdong Pakistan mode, I think it's really a good initiative which is taken by the Chinese as well as the Pakistani government. And that's why the Pakistani government are keen to serve a lot more in the coming years as compared to the previous year's budget, because they wanted to give the incentives to the farmers and the agriculture people who are investing the products and agriculture industries. This is what the reason is that, but to some cases that Pakistan is using a slightly kind of the traditional agriculture systems, and if the Guangdong, they're providing the seed processing systems and the best international systems to aggregate these kind of the latest things in terms of improving the quality of the seeds as well as polishing the crops and cutting the crops. I think in a shorter span of time we can get more benefits of this.
To the second direction, invest in the construction of agricultural water conservancy infrastructure. Pakistan's crop irrigation system needs to be improved. By building reservoirs and hydropower plants, it can not only solve energy crisis, but also deal with seasonal problems of rivers and promote agricultural production. What's your viewpoint?
Yes, that's for sure, because the water is one of the basic necessity for the agriculture. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, we don't have a very good water irrigation system. And every year we lost lots of water in terms of flooding and all this kind of stuff. So we, being as the nation, we need to not only to build the big dams, the water reservoirs, also we need to improve our water irrigation system and making the more modernized the lake and the canal systems. So that kind of system not only helpful to preserve the water, which is like lost every year, and also we can produce the energy, which is also on the other side we are facing the problem energy crisis.
Guangdong has the technology, especially they have technology to build reservoirs and also small hydro stations. So Pakistan can have cooperation with Guangdong province. Of course, you may also have cooperation with other provinces.
Let's look at the third direction. Invest in agricultural products processing industry. Pakistan lacks agricultural products processing machinery and processing plants, which seriously affects the export of agricultural products. In 2015, Pakistan saw mango harvest, but due to the lack of steam sterilization factories, mangoes couldn't meet the inspection and quarantine requirements for pest control and prevention, and failed to enter the high value-added markets such as Japan. Ms. Chung.
Yeah, this is a big issue, deep processing of agricultural products. And both China and Pakistan are big agricultural countries, so we can do a lot in this field. And in the world, the more developed countries have better deep processing facilities, and developing countries have less. For example, America, 1 yuan. I think Pakistani people all know the value of Chinese yuan. $1 is about nearly seven Chinese yuan. So here I use the unit of Chinese yuan. So 1 yuan of agricultural products in America, after deep processing, the average is about 4 Chinese yuan. So 4 times. I think this is might be one of the highest. Japan is about 1 yuan becomes the value becomes 3 yuan, so 3 times. China, though now we have developed in a big way, but still 1 yuan after deep processing, the value can be increased only to 1.38 yuan, and I think Pakistan is much less. So if we do a good job of this deep processing, then the value of our agricultural products can be 3 or 4 times than now. So we can do a lot.
Pakistan's needs a lot of improvement in the processing. Mango is one of the main agricultural product in Pakistan, and Pakistani mango is one of the best products in the world in terms of mangoes. And we are producing almost hundreds of types of the mangoes, and they are almost every year we have exhibitions, which is the south of the Pakistan, which is Sindh province. And it's a very good our weather and the fertilizer for that, the soil that we have to produce mango qualities.
So let's look at the fourth direction. Carry out cooperation in marine fisheries. Pakistan has rich fishery resources. Based in Pakistan, Guangdong enterprises can try to establish a cooperative network of marine fisheries for Arab countries. Ms. Sajid.
Yes, yesterday our food minister announces the food policy, the agriculture policy for the farmers and for all the provisional levels. And he specifically mentioned the fishery industries, specifically in terms of the province which is Balochistan and near the Gwadar. And they have a very huge hub for the fisheries along with the Sindh province, because these two provinces, Sindh and Balochistan, connecting with the sea itself. And there's a huge fishery industry involved with them. So the point is that if we are using the latest methods of the fishery farms, and I think we can produce a lot of the output, not only that can be consumed in Pakistan, in China, even we can export to the rest of the Middle East countries, the Arab countries, even the rest of the world also. And I think this is really a good benefit. It's a win-win situation, of course, for both the China, Guangdong province, as well as the Pakistan, that we are not only fulfilling all the requirements locally, and even we can export it and we can earn the foreign reserves as well.
Thank you. Now let's get to the Vash studio to see what they are concerned about.
पाकिस्तान कुजाम किश्तो के शारी चीज जूद चीना एक्सपोर्ट कनक बंद ई चीज़ाने पैदावार पहरेजक और लॉजिस्टिक के बाबता दुए मुल्क चे मंसूबाबंदी का नगंत.
Recently, regarding the Prime Minister's visit to China, we have signed plenty of MOUs regarding the free trade agreements, including 150 products almost being granted. That's a free trade from Pakistan to China. But the topmost products, among those export quality products, including the Pakistani rice, sugar, and yarn. That's one of the best one. But still, the governments, they are trying to increase these product volumes, and that 400,000 tons of rice and 300,000 tons of sugar, and same as the cotton, has to be exported from Pakistan to China by the end of this year. So only we have around 7 months left. But I think in future we have to increase this kind of a quota, where the Pakistan can export more products and more quantity to China, because China is a huge demand of all of these kind of products. And I think we discussed this kind of topic earlier, that the Pakistani rice is basmati rice, is very long and separate in quantity and specifically, and Pakistani sugar is quite thick sugar and sweeter than other kind of sugars. So this is one of the reason is that if you're using slightly better methods of technologies, we have better quality of export, not only to China, even the rest of the world. That the Pakistani cotton decreased by 15% in the year of 2018.
Family, small land, we should have big farms.
So we do have like both kind of like the people who are harvesting these kind of agriculture. So that could work maybe in terms of like small scales.
Central government and local governments, they have to do something to have big farms along the CPEC.
And then I think that's really a good benefit for both, especially with respect to the Pakistani government.
Yeah. You are watching the Belt and Road Face to Face. Let's move into the second part figure. Pakistani agriculture is dominated by farming. Cotton is Pakistan's main cash crop, the foundation of the textile industry, a pillar industry in Pakistan, and the main source of foreign exchange earnings. Pakistan's cotton textiles and raw cotton exports account for about 2/3 of the total exports of Pakistan. In recent years, Pakistan's cotton production has stabilized at 13 to 14 million bales. In 2016, cotton production in Pakistan fell sharply by 33.85% year-on-year due to past bad weather and inferior cotton seed. That year, Pakistan had to import from India, Brazil, the United States, and other places. In addition, the sharp decline in international cotton prices, the reduced enthusiasm of cotton farmers, and the high production costs of cotton spinning enterprises are also constraints to the development of the cotton spinning industry. But the construction of CPEC projects can provide a platform for the agricultural development. So in what ways can the agricultural science and technology parks and other projects help Pakistan to solve the problems that it is facing now?
Definitely. First of all, I would like to comment on this point that you mentioned, that the Pakistani cotton decreased by 15% in the year of 2018. And definitely, Pakistan needs a latest method of cotton manufacturing, and cotton industry has to be improved by the latest techniques and methods. According to the Pakistan Cotton Central Committee, they mentioned that they have not reached the targets, which is 13.86 million bales to decrease to 11.98 million bales. So that's why this is one of the reasons that in the year of 2018 we didn't met those targets. Apparently the main reason for the declining the cotton crop is lower hectare per yield. That's one of the reason. And Pakistani, there is no question that the Pakistani cotton is a very fine quality cotton, and but if we need a latest methods of the harvesting and extracting those cotton, instead of we're using the traditional methods to make a proper cotton yields, so we need to use the technology and machinery to produce a high quality cotton, and in that case we don't need to import from other countries, even we can export to the rest of the countries. Besides this, the quality of the cotton, because we need a latest teaching the quality methods of the cotton and using the technology. So China, as per your question, the special economic zones can help in order to produce the cotton industries well, because the Chinas can help us in our cotton industry to providing the machinery, the latest methods, and the quality assurance and the testing methods, how to improve those things. And if those small level of plants can be shifted from China to those special economic zones, which is working under the CPEC, that could be really, really beneficial for Pakistan in terms, and also we can get lots of reserves.
The potential export to China of agricultural products is how much? Is $12 billion. 12 billion US dollars. Pakistani friends wish to export more and more. This is a great potential for Pakistan to export to China. So somebody has mentioned that within 1 year, next year, they would like to achieve the target of $5 billion US dollars export to China. So if only agricultural products, if Pakistan develop this way, then only agricultural products you can export to China, $12 billion US dollars.
Yeah. I also noticed one thing, most of the Chinese agriculture systems are based on a small kind of automation machinery, and there are very few manpower involved into those manufacturing of agricultural products. Similar kind of things can be introduced in all agriculture areas, so in less time we can produce more output.
If we use modern machinery and equipment for farming, then the mode of doing the job in the farms should be changed. Instead of a family, small land, we should have big farms. Yes. We should have big farms. That's why the government, the central government and local governments, they have to do something to have big farms along the CPEC, so that modern machines can be used.
Mr. saying that in Pakistan, some people, they have a huge farms, hectares of land they are they are harvesting. But some people, they are working on the individual basis. They have a small areas. So we do have both kind of the people who are harvesting these kind of agriculture. So that could work maybe in terms of small scales.
Yes, and the Pakistani media noticed that the Chinese vice minister of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, Mr. Chu Dongyu, was elected as the Director General of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. He is the first Chinese official elected as the head of FAO. So what changes will his election bring to the Pakistan?
It is, a kind of representative on behalf of all the developing countries.
Developing countries, that's right. So this is one of the reasons that by taking this advantage, definitely and hopefully, he is not only working for the United Nations Food and Agriculture Department, specifically as it belongs to this nation, the Chinese nation. So his emphasis would be developing on the underdeveloping nations. Mm-hmm. And in terms of the Pakistan, he can help the Pakistan to boost their agriculture, because he might have a very good background about the Pakistan and the China's agriculture demand and supply. And what we have the expertise, so he might help in those platforms to boost the image of Pakistani agriculture in terms of international levels, mm-hmm. of exporting their products and providing such kind of support in terms of the funding, in terms of the loans for the agriculture purpose. And then I think that's really a good benefit for both, especially with respect to the Pakistani government.
Yes, thank you. Now let's get to the Vash studio to see what they are concerned about.
शुमा चारुका ग्वादर पोटे देम रवि और किश्तो किशारी चीजाने एक्सपोर्ट गेश कनगे बाबता छे सरपति दात कने सीपे के कुमका कारोबारी मर्दम चौमती चीजें एक्सपोर्ट कोत कना.
Guada is a very good important location. Mm-hmm. And Guada, when it is constructed, all the facilities are there. There can be a base, for further development in the region, I think. So that's why the construction of Guada port is very important, and it can reach Middle East, Africa, and then other countries, even America, Europe. So the Guada location is strategically very important, and that will help also the important export of agricultural products.
Food is one of the basic necessities in our life, and we have to be very particular while buying the food stuff by scanning the codes, checking the quality, ingredients, and all this kind of stuff.
Hot pot, we have a lot of varieties, but one point I should appreciate: when we say hot pot, all the Pakistani friends understand what it is.
I can give you some of the names like yang chua, mutton sticks. They are very similar. Like we have, here is made of mutton. But in Pakistan, we have mutton, beef, and chicken.
You're watching the Belt and Road Face to Face. We are moving to the third part, culture. Recently, the China International Food Safety Technology and Innovation Expo 2019, hosted by the State Council Food Safety Office, the Economic Daily, and China Economic Net, was successfully held in Beijing. The exhibition focused on the latest technological achievements and equipment in the fields of food safety control, testing, and traceability of Chinese and foreign enterprises specializing in food production and circulation, technology research and development, and the equipment manufacturing. At the same time, food products from all over the world have attracted many visitors. During the expo, business activities such as trade fairs for international visitors and product promotion meetings for local exhibitors were also carried out. At the expo, we can see many products were labeled, mm-hmm. and through scanning the label by mobile phones, we can get a lot of information of the testing and the information of the products. That is a good way for promoting the food safety. So what measures have Pakistan taken?
First of all, there is no question that food is one of the basic necessities in our life, and we have to be very particular while buying the food stuff by scanning the codes, checking the quality, ingredients, and all this kind of stuff. And there are Pakistani, in Pakistan we also do have the food laws in terms of eating and preparing all of these, but they are not very strict to some extent because most of them that we are working on the packaging of the food, the quality of the food, whether it's a safety food for eatable or not, kind of these things, the food supply, we don't have a proper system to train those personnel, the people who are working with the food industry in terms of like meat, right, and any kind of eatable items.
At the expo, we interviewed many Pakistanis who are living in China now.
Okay.
And they told us that their favorite food is hot pot.
Sure.
So is hot pot popular in Pakistan now?
Not really. I totally agree. The hot pot is one of the favorite dishes, even my favorite dish. I totally agree with that, other than the mutton sticks in China. But if someone eat hot pot here in China, I've tasted in Beijing and different cities, equally good, very high quality and very good taste. If someone tasted that hot pot dish in China, they love to eat anywhere else. So at the moment, I don't think that hot pot restaurants are very common in Pakistan. Other than the Chinese restaurants, they might offer individual basis, but not as much as common as in China, for example. But I hope that if some of the Pakistani people or the Chinese people, they take this kind of industry to Pakistan, it's definitely the taste comes to the Pakistani people, because same like the Chinese people, the Pakistani people are the food lovers. And if the taste comes to their mind once, they can be a very good potential for the hot pot in Pakistan.
Yes, and hot pot is not only a kind of food, a Chinese food, but also a symbol of Chinese food culture and eating habits. Ms. Chen, do you think that hot pot will get popular in Pakistan in the future?
I have the same point. Hot pot, we have a lot of varieties, but one point I should appreciate. When we say hot pot, all the Pakistani friends understand what it is. So in this sense, hot pot is very popular. The name is very popular among the Pakistani friends. Everybody knows the name hot pot. But hot pot, as I understand, is mainly for winter, for cold weather.
That's right.
Maybe in Gilgit, Hunza, in northern part of Pakistan, hot pot might be, can be popular because of the cold weather. Because we enjoy the warmth. At the same time, normally people sit around the hot pot, enjoy drink and get the warmth. But in Pakistan, most part of the country, the weather is, it is very hot. So very hot, and then we have a hot pot, then the temperature will be higher. So that's why, anyway, we appreciate that hot pot. Every Pakistani friend knows the term.
If they love to eat any kind of food, they love to eat hot pot, despite of any weather.
So hot, physically hot and material hot, then a lot of sweat.
Hot plus hot is cold. That's true.
Thank you. Now let's get to the Wash studio to see what they are concerned about.
अंची वर्गयास्त के आइए तहा चीन और पाकिस्तान दोएं वर्गानी ताम मानंत में मुल्क मर्दम ए तामा चों चशत कनंत.
We are almost very similar to Pakistani taste. I can give you some of the names like yang chwar, mutton sticks. They are very similar. Like we have here is made of mutton, but in Pakistan we have like mutton, beef, and chicken. Also, chicken also is available here, but no beef. I haven't seen that. Also, like some of the dishes, that is thapanji. That's very common. Like potatoes, vegetables with like curries and with chicken or lamb inside, very close to our Pakistani dishes. Similarly, most of the dishes which are available in Xinjiang restaurants, they have very good varieties, very good similar taste to the Pakistanis. They have a naan here.
Yeah.
We also have a naan in our country. Rice, already we discussed, our rice is basmati, the Chinese rice is sticky, but we have the chow, it's fried rice, the vegetable fried rice, all there. We have like the Xinjiang pulao with carrots inside, with lamb inside. Exactly we do have in our country. So there are plenty of food which is available both in Pakistan and China, which is very similar taste.
Thank you for watching the Belt and Road Face to Face, and thank you too for coming to our show today.
Thank you.
See you next time.